And for locals with personal ties to Ukraine, it's just a heartbreaking day.
Yeah, Erica Ferrando, find out just how much outrage and uncertainty they're feeling over this attack.
Arnie Filko adopted his daughters from Ukraine at ages 2 and 5, shortly after Hurricane Katrina. The sisters grew up in New Orleans and are now 17 and 20, but still very much connected to their Ukrainian roots.
Just a year ago, they discovered their two sisters in Ukraine, and it has been an incredible bonding to watch the four of them as a new family, and to see right now what's happening to them and to the people of Ukraine is truly heartbreaking.
Their sisters are in a city called Khmelnytsky, which right now is not experiencing the direct invasion of Russia.
They are in daily contact, and in many cases hourly contact right now with their sisters, just trying to find out how they're doing and what we can do to help.
It's been a complete shock. War has been declared in Europe once again, and I never thought that I'd have to admit those words.
Eddie Hayes is the honorary consul to Ukraine for Louisiana.
The impact of this invasion is not just going to impact the Ukrainian people, but it impacts the entire post-World War II world. The international order that we fought for to prevent tyranny and oppression is now under direct attack.
His primary responsibility right now is to assist Ukrainian people in Louisiana. One refugee in New Orleans, around 20 years old, now can't get back home to his family.
He's a merchant mariner. He's a cadet on a vessel out in the Mississippi River, and their voyage ended, and he's supposed to go home to Ukraine, but the airports are shut down. Obviously, they're under missile attack in Kyiv, and so he's got nowhere to go.
Hayes is working with the Ukrainian embassy and offering resources to the refugee.
We're going to put him up in a local hotel if we have to. We're just going to make sure that he's okay.
He's watching as explosions rock cities throughout Ukraine, igniting a war in Europe. President Biden has said U.S. forces will not enter Ukraine, but thousands of U.S. troops are positioned in nearby NATO countries.
The NATO forces that are in Poland and some of those areas, they're certainly being mobilized, they're being shifted around. But what I would tell those families is that your sons and daughters are there for a very noble reason.
I fully understand why we're not putting American soldiers on the ground in Ukraine, but the reality is in many ways we're sacrificing the Ukrainian people, and the loss of life has just started.
The New Orleans Russian Community Center released a statement saying, in part, "We're deeply shaken and saddened by the Russian invasion into Ukraine. None of the civilian population want this war." Erica Ferrando, Eyewitness News.